Hello and welcome to the Byemaggedon episode, the Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. As always, I'm your host, Alton. Scotch on the sidelines with me. I have Zach Stewart, the commish. How are you, sir?
Good. It's been busy. If anyone is watching the video feed, you will notice I am in a new location. I am just in the other bedroom of our house. We are in the process of moving the office over to the guest bed, and then the office will become the nursery for the little one. So been in the process this weekend of doing that and then watching football. That's pretty much been my last 2-3 days. So we just got a little taunting foul on Marshawn Lattimore after he got burned by DK Metcalf. DK did give him a little shove, but
yes, he did.
You get the retaliation. So they always get you for the retaliation.
The Metcalf,
retaliation. But yeah, Metcalf's talking some mad shit.
As always, we are watching the Monday night game. Although this one's probably going to be mostly uneventful. Geno Smith taking on the Saints, but Geno looked pretty good last week, so who knows?
Yeah, Geno hasn't been as bad as advertised. Everyone just has terrible memories of Geno Smith, and that's where that's coming from. Just like you get terrible memories of all the bad backup quarterbacks. Like
wonder who
Joe Flacco just got traded.
Head coach was.
That was what, 2011?
I don't think he's that old, is he?
Yeah, he's like 30. Yeah,
I wonder how far back I have to go to find.
I would bet it was right after Sanchez, right?
Oh, look, I found it.
Was it?
It was the end
Rex?
of Ryan.
Rex
I
Ryan?
didn't think it was. Yeah, it went.
Yeah.
Rex
right
Ryan,
after
Sanchez, Smith.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick, McCown, Darnold, Wilson.
Yeah. So
wow,
everyone just got those bad memories. That's about it.
I didn't know I could find this this encyclopedia page. I've never had it pop up for me before.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Is that like team starting quarterbacks by year?
Well, no, it's Dallas Cowboys franchise encyclopedia on Pro Football Reference. It tells you the approximate value. I'm guessing that's like team leader. Oh yeah. Top players, approximate value added, top passer, rusher, receiver, and the head coach.
Man, Lattimore and Metcalf are just fucking going at it. They're just showing all the highlight. Metcalf has knocked him down a few times, burned him on the touchdown. It's going to be
terrible pass coverage right there.
All right. How was your week?
It was good. Did some relaxing, some cooking. I would say cleaning, but Ruby did most of it. Just kind of hung out.
Nice. Good deal.
Little fun fact: 2015 Dallas Cowboys finished last in their division, 4-12. Jason Garrett was the quarterback. Sean Lee was the best player by
Jason Garrett was the quarterback?
No, sorry. Jason Garrett was the head coach. Sean Lee was the best player. Matt Castle was the top passer. Darren McFadden was the top receiver. And Terrence Williams was the top receiver. Product of Baylor.
Huh.
So weird stat line for you there. Everyone was hurt apparently.
Yeah, especially when you finish dead last.
I believe that was the year they got Zeke.
What year was that?
The year after, 15. So in 16, they must have got Zeke because that was the last time they were that bad.
Yeah, they would have been picking in the top. Yeah, they took Zeke at 4th overall.
Yep.
So that would make sense.
All right. Well, let's get into it. IRL football. We had a real barn burner on Thursday night. Browns Broncos. I bet on this game. I don't know why I would do that.
And I was surprised by the side you took.
Yeah, it hit exactly what everyone figured, which was the under. I just took the wrong team because I did not trust the Browns, and I thought the Broncos were a little bit better than they actually are. They are officially dead. They're not really a team you want to bet on or against at this point, just because they're going to be so middling. I guess if you got a really good team going against them, then you want to bet on it. But honestly, you want to stay away from teams like the Denver Broncos.
Yeah. True colors are kind of starting to show. Defense isn't very good. Von Miller
The
did
Ernest
get banged
Johnson
up.
game.
The Ernest freaking Johnson. Great game. Good job. Stewart paid the price for him and played him. You might as well, if you pay that much money, you better play him. And he did, and it paid off.
Not really much else to take away from this game.
No, it was a Case Keenum game.
Jarvis Landry had 8 targets, but just like Jarvis Landry does, he had 5 catches for 37 yards.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns have done this thing where they just spread the ball out amongst everybody, and no one is really viable right now.
Only players viable are the running backs.
Yeah.
Like
whoever the starting running back is.
Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, Ernest Johnson. Nick Chubb looks like he's on his way back next week. So
he's going to be great.
Yep. It's going to be, it's going to be good.
He'll be the number 1 running back the rest of the way, I think.
Oh, you want to board bet that?
Yes. Can I say top 3? Because there's this guy named Derrick Henry.
There is a guy named Derrick Henry. So rest of season from
I would take him top 3 rest of season, week 8 on. I don't know if they've had their bye yet or not, but I don't care.
No, they have bye week 13.
Week 8 on, Nick Chubb will be a top 3 running back.
I will say Nick Chubb will not be a top 3 running back from week 8 on. Put it on the board.
Put it on the board.
Another one.
Javonte Williams is good. Looks like Heath is playing both Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon every single week, which is oddly enough working out for him.
Yeah.
Noah Fant's pretty good. If you don't have any other options, Cortland Sutton is just a target monster right now.
Judy's coming back next week.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see how that shakes out.
It's going to be the Judy show. That's how that's going to shake out. There's not enough targets to go around for both of them, I don't think.
Yeah, I'm excited to get him back.
Yeah.
Across a lot of leagues.
Yeah, that should help.
That will help.
Yeah. Like I said, the Broncos are dead.
And let's move on.
Cardinals, Texans, 31-5. I had them in my 5-team favorites parlay, which paid off because my picks have been so bad gambling lately. So it actually worked out great this week. It was kind of chalk for the most part on your big, like your separation ones. I mean, besides one game that we're going to talk about, but I actually ended up on the right side of another game that we're going to talk about later on.
Nice.
Kyler Murray's good. Davis Mills.
Bad.
He's bad, but all of the Texans are bad.
They should move to hopefully Tyrod Taylor's back next week. That might be a little bit better.
He should be practicing this week, right?
Yeah, he should be.
Brandon Cooks had a Jarvis Landry game, 7 targets, 5 catches, 21 yards.
Yeah.
That was basically bubble screens and they got tackled behind the line of scrimmage every single time, I'm guessing.
Yeah, there wasn't anybody usable on the Texans as
Zach
there is
Ertz
most week. Yeah.
He almost out yardaged all of the receivers on the Texans combined.
Yeah. Sounds like a party over there.
Oh, yeah. There's some cooking going on in the kitchen.
Nice. Jamming. Yeah. I believe we'll see how good and we'll touch on this game, but the Packers, we'll see how good the Packers and the Cardinals really are. Because they do match up on Thursday night this week. So
that's gonna be a hell of a game.
Devontae Adams did just get placed on the COVID list. So that was
shit.
Yeah. So
I'm so glad there's not a World Series game on Thursday night so I can actually watch that game.
Yeah, first World Series game tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
The Braves, man.
Who you got? I know your position's probably a little undereducated compared to mine, but who do you got?
Oh, I'll probably take the Astros because, I mean, it's the Astros and they've just keep winning now.
In how many games? It's best of 7. 4
5.
in Houston and 3 in Atlanta. You say Astros in 5?
Astros on 5.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sure the Braves are just killing it. Obviously, probably 6 is the better bet. That 6 is always a better bet.
I wonder what the line. I wonder if DraftKings has lines on how many games it'll go. I'm sure they do.
Probably 6 is probably the most popular. But I mean, you've watched more. How are the Braves doing? Freddie Freeman. I imagine if they had Ronald Acuna. Like,
there's this guy called Eddie Rosario.
Oh,
he's really hot right now.
And that was he got traded at the deadline from Cleveland.
Yes. Let's see. World Series futures. Oh, yeah, you can bet on this.
Nice.
Series correct score. Currently, the betting favorite is 6 games, Astros 4-2. Plus 390.
I'll take that line then.
Currently, the World Series MVP is a tie, plus 850, Yordan Alvarez and Freddie Freeman. There's some really good odds on this page. For MVP.
You might have to make some bets next.
I might have to just sprinkle
a few bets in.
Yeah, just sprinkle.
Going back to the
Cardinals and Texans. Looks like you can start both running backs. If you had the Broncos backfield and the Cardinals backfield, you honestly could feel okay about your running back situation.
Yeah. You can play both. Easy.
Yeah.
Not as confidently as the Browns, but you can play.
No. Yeah. DeAndre Hopkins had a pretty sick touchdown.
Oh, yeah. The little shovel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was sweet. No, I think that
AJ Green, Christian Kirk, and DeAndre Hopkins are all viable right now.
Yeah, the only one you can't play is Rondell Moore, which is sad because he's so explosive.
Right, and he's the one that Cody's trying to trade, which makes sense. So
yeah,
he's one wide receiver injury away from being a top 25 wide receiver.
Yeah,
which we all know is better than top 25 running back. So
yeah, everybody's in that boat.
Moving on. Packers in their alternate uniforms. I believe they hit the under against the football team.
I believe so. Aaron Rodgers did Aaron Rodgers things. They just kind of slung it all over the field. I think they only had like 10 rushing attempts or something like that. It's pretty low. Aaron Jones only had 15. But that's including probably kneel down. So either way, Aaron Jones only got the ball like 6 times on the ground. He did catch a few in the pass game.
5 catches. He had 11 touches for 39 yards.
Yeah, it was an Aaron Rodgers
not going to
game.
get it done.
Javonte Adams, Alan Lazard, and Robert Tonyan all caught TDs. They just moved the ball through the air. So
that's how you attack the football team anyway, because their front 7 is so disgusting.
Yep. So
I guess in today's NFL, is it a front 6?
Nah.
I guess front 7 doesn't exist anymore.
Why? Because they play so much nickel.
Right. Yeah, it's all nickel.
Yeah.
So you got
front
I think
4?
it's front 6.
Front 4.
Yeah, their front 4 is disgusting. They're all first round picks.
Yeah. Washington, underwhelming day for Antonio Gibson, still battling the shin issue. McKissick played more snaps. McLaurin was the star of the show. We had a few little Ricky Seals-Jones sprinkled in, and then Taylor Heineke. But Heineke had like 95 on the ground. He had one big long run, and yeah, it was a fun game. It was pretty entertaining because it was still pretty close, but the Packers just kept throwing it.
The football team has 4 first round picks. Landon Collins was 33rd overall. So day 2 pick. Essentially a first round pick. I think he was the Giants' first pick the year that they drafted him. I could be wrong on that. Who knows? Who cares? The football team falls to 2-5. Whenever Fitzpatrick decides to come back, we thought that might be this week. They will be a slightly better team as far as fantasy purposes matter. Who cares? Because you're just going to get production from 3 guys, and that's all you need.
Yeah, and
maybe
there
4.
was a report that he's still on crutches, so it still might be a week or 2 away.
Well, I think it was like an 8-week injury at first anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. So it's going to be interesting to see if they – I think they're still going to play Heineke. And could they bench him? Yeah, but I don't think they will.
Well, I mean, how's he comparing amongst all quarterbacks in terms of QBR so far this year, I guess, is the real question.
That I don't know.
I will look into it while you move on to the let's move on to the Falcons Dolphins game while I look at this stat.
Fun game to watch. Kyle Pitts off the bye wreaked havoc, however you want to say it. He lit the Dolphins up. Matt Ryan throwing the ball deep to Pitts. It was over Xavier Howard. He was working in the slot, working outside, looking good. Calvin Ridley did catch a touchdown first, trying to get back on track there. What's surprising me is the backfield. It's Cordell Patterson and Mike Davis has become completely irrelevant. There was people saying that it wouldn't surprise them if Mike Davis is a healthy scratch in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, he's on the Todd Gurley plan, which is probably why I drafted him, to be honest.
Low floor, low ceiling.
Yeah.
So it's pretty big bummer. I mean, they did bring him in, but obviously Cordero Patterson is the one that heals all for the Falcons offense. Going to the Dolphins, though, Dolphins looked good on offense. Tua was ripping the ball. Granted, it was the Falcons, pass funnel defense. Jalen Waddle looked good. And who else? Gesicki looked pretty good. That was pretty much it on that side. Myles Gaskin did chip in a bunch of catches
17
for a touchdown.
points.
Yeah, real surprising.
Mike Davis just got put on the injured reserve with a hamstring injury.
Just now? Mike Davis?
Not Mike Davis. Sorry. Mike Brown.
Oh, right? Yeah. Malcolm Brown.
So that's good news for Myles Gaskin.
Yeah.
He's probably going to get some more rushing attempts going forward, which is great in terms of value. I saw the value, so I targeted it.
Well, we'll see how that works out.
Hopefully well.
We'll see.
Taylor Heineke is the 24th ranked passer according to passer rating so far this season.
Does that not include trick play passers? Like a bunch of there's a lot of trick plays this last weekend. Like Derrick Henry's like 1 for 1 on a touchdown. So
he's 0.8 better than Ben Roethlisberger right now, by the way. Ben Roethlisberger, the 25th ranked passer in the NFL.
Yeah. Not much there.
Honestly, this was another heartbreaker for the Dolphins. Tua actually looked pretty good. Some reports that Deshaun Watson might be making his way down there. I honestly think that would be a huge mistake because of his character. But the talent's there.
Yeah. Well, do you think he gets traded for the deadline?
I mean, the reports are it's between the Miami Dolphins and the Carolina Panthers, and both teams have really shitty quarterback situations right now. The Panthers obviously worse with the way Sam Darnold has looked, but
I've also heard Denver as well.
I don't know how a team can buy into that for one season and then he's probably going to be suspended.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's a real sticky situation, and that's
one that we are not educated enough to speak about. Probably.
Yeah, I've just listened to a bunch of podcasts, and it's a crazy. As well. It's just a crazy scenario.
It's basically you're banking on 1 year because the legal prosecution is going to take so long that nothing's going to happen until next summer.
Yeah, and then all these teams that want to trade for him are bad. So,
well, I mean, some of them have good talent around.
Yeah,
they're a quarterback away. Some of them. Patriots shellac the Jets. Zach Wilson goes down with an injury, which left us with Mike White, who I'm not familiar with. Looks like University of South Florida as well as Western Kentucky.
They actually just traded for a QB today.
Who dat?
The corpse of Joe Flacco.
Just the corpse.
Just the corpse. But he'll probably be
Makes
their starting
sense.
quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah. They traded a conditional 6th-round pick up for a potential 5th-round pick based on playing time. But my Joe Flacco goes from the Eagles to the New York Jets.
That was actually Mike White's first career game.
Yeah, that's not very good as your backup quarterback.
He was a 5th-round pick in 2018 by the Dallas Cowboys, actually.
There you
go. Gotta love Pro Football Reference. Moving on. Well, I guess Damian Harris is good. Ramondre Stevenson was a healthy scratch, and that's all you needed to know, that it was going to be a Damian Harris game.
And some wild trick plays.
Some JJ Taylor. Oh my God.
Yeah, got 2 garbage time TDs for JJ Taylor. There was a couple trick plays. Brandon Bolden threw one back to Mac Jones, and they threw it out of bounds because it wasn't there. And then Kendrick Bourne throws a touchdown pass to Nelson Aguilar. So McDaniel's pulling out all the stops, trying to score some points and run it up against those Jets.
Speaking of trick plays, brings us to our best catch of the week, which actually just so happens to be by a quarterback. New York Jets beat the Panthers. Just to show you how bad the Panthers are playing right now, Daniel Jones channeled his inner Joe Flacco and had that nice catch on that trick play. Devontae Booker gets in the end zone, which is what you like to see. Fuck you, Elijah Penny.
What happened?
Well, he vultured 2 touchdowns last week.
Oh, last week. I was like, Elijah Penny's not on the Saints.
No, he's on the Giants.
Yeah, I know. I get it now. So check down Jameis to Kamara. Oh.
Evan Ingram had a startable day. Darius Slayton gets most of the targets between him and Evan Ingram due to there being a wide receiver vacancy in the Giants offense, which there is every single week, it seems. Yeah. Kadarius Toney being a late scratch, as well as Kenny Golladay.
And Sterling Shepard. And so they're missing lots of pieces. And Bart, I mean, hopefully everyone's like, oh, the Giants, if they could only be healthy. I mean, but they never are. So they're always missing pieces.
PJ Walker now going by the name of Phillip on Pro Football Reference, apparently, because he's not in the XFL anymore. So now he's Phillip, just to see if people forgot about him, I guess. He has an awful 4th quarter after Sam Darnold gets benched. 3 for 14 for 33 yards, sacked 3 times, 39.6 quarterback rating. Ouch. He did have 1 rush for 13 yards. I wonder what the highlights look like for that.
Couldn't really tell you.
I don't even want to watch the highlight in order to find it.
They did not show much of that game on the Red Zone, to be honest.
Do you have a Red Zone subscription?
I have I have the sports package through Charter.
I'm starting to realize that's pretty damn important.
Yeah, to watch all the games. It's like I hardly watch much Sunday night and Monday night football because I thoroughly enjoy watching like 6-7 games at once. Mm-hmm. It's kind of boring just watching one game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Unless it's a game I'm really into, like the Cardinals Packers game this week. That's going to be really fun to watch. But I'm just so used to watching multiple games at once and just flipping back and forth. I don't have the Sunday ticket package. So
Red Zone's better.
Yeah, I just watch Red Zone, which is great when I get the chance to watch Red Zone.
Tennessee, Kansas City, another weird one. The Chiefs were on the plan that everyone has now, which is rush 4, drop 7, bracket Tyreek Hill, don't let him beat you, force Mahomes to target everyone except for Tyreek Hill. That is how you beat the Chiefs.
It was a weird, their offensive line's playing like doo-doo, which it did last year too. So we'll see if they can just kind of get back into rhythm there. I mean, they're almost dead last in their division, I believe.
Mahomes with 2 turnovers.
Yep. Threw a tough pick, threw it into double coverage, got tipped, picked off, scrambled for a pretty good. It was like 3rd and like 12, scrambled for a first down. And then the ball got poked out from behind in a 2-minute drill scenario. So tough break there. I saw he's thrown a pick in 6 straight games now.
Yikes. Which he hadn't even thrown an interception in the month of September until this year.
Yeah. So obviously they had last year, but yeah, they're just struggling. They're just struggling. And then Derrick Henry didn't even have that big of a game. It was more
29 carries though.
29 carries, but it was only for like 89 yards. He did throw the touchdown. 86. He did throw the touchdown. I did love Cody's post this week. Meme that Derrick Henry wants to win MVP, so he's got to throw a few touchdown passes. So yeah, that his season, like you look at his season stat line, he's almost at like 900 yards and 10 touchdowns already, and it's not even Halloween.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. He's on a Cooper Cup pace right now, honestly.
Yeah, you bring up Cooper Cup every week, and I just it's disgusting.
AJ Brown with the monster game.
Big game.
Glad to see it. Daryl Williams actually salvaged his day a little bit in the receiving game. Ending up with 8 points. It could have been much worse because the Chiefs don't run the ball because they can't, because they're always behind.
Except against the Washington team they played last week, and they ran it down their throat.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Daryl Williams had a heck of a game last week.
Yep.
But that's the difference of playing.
Everybody's doing that in Washington.
That's the difference of playing with a lead and not. So everyone wants to run the ball when you're winning. Well,
that's the only time you honestly can in today's NFL.
Yeah.
Unless you're Derrick Henry.
Yeah. Well, unless you're Derrick Henry. Yeah. They'll be down 25 points and they're still going to try to gash it down your throat.
The upset of the weekend, except for your boy, because I saw it coming. Bengals 41, Ravens 17. I had the Bengals +6 and the over, which paid off pretty nicely.
Yeah, it was a really good game until halftime. It was really competitive, and they were showing that a lot on Red Zone. Jamar Chase. Oh man, did I miss the boat on Jamar Chase? Do not have a lot of Jamar Chase this year, which is a bummer, and he is making people pay. What drops? He doesn't drop the ball. He just torches, a first round $50 million DB for 200 plus yards. Yeah, he was looking good. T. Higgins he's okay right now. He's getting a lot of targets, just not the good ones. And then Tyler Boyd's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, which really sucks because he was so highly sought. Well, the draft position was really nice, but I guess Vegas or whoever sets these lineups knew what they were talking about.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Everyone had 1 million targets in this game.
Yeah. T. Higgins had 15 targets.
Oh my gosh, how crazy! He only targeted 4 people in this entire game.
Let me guess.
5, because there was 1 target for Samaje Perine, and then go ahead and guess.
Okay, so we got Jamar Chase.
Yes.
T. Higgins.
10 for Jamar Chase, 15 targets for T. Higgins.
I believe it was like 4 targets for Boyd.
7 catches
for Boyd. Okay. And then I know CJ Uzomah had 3 catches, 2 for
3
touchdowns.
Targets.
Yeah. That's crazy. Joe Mixon didn't get a target.
That was a cool highlight.
Yeah. Interesting. So
just 12 carries for 59 yards and a touchdown for Joe Mixon. He's still being hampered right now by injuries, I believe, or they had such a nice lead that they just kind of said screw it and threw Samaje P right in. There actually was a oh god, I already forgot his name. Whoever Joe Burrow's backup is. There was a sighting of that guy.
Brandon Allen.
There's a Brandon Allen sighting towards the end of the game when Samaje P. Ryan scored his touchdown in garbage time.
There's a lot of backup,
which actually hit the over.
Again.
That hit the over. Actually, I think the over had already hit before the touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a ton of backup quarterbacks. Tyler Huntley got in this game, 5 for 11, 39 yards. Lamar Jackson really had a terrible game after such a great one. The last 3 weeks, I believe, he's just been insane.
Last week he was a little rough, but they didn't need. Then when they spanked the Chargers, they just ran it down the Chargers' throat. But yeah, I mean,
he's the starting running back, by the way. 12 carries, 88 yards.
Yeah, I gotta. It's great. It's like a floor of you're getting about 20 every week, in fantasy wise. But he's thrown the ball a lot better this year, which is great. But he's still running, just as much.
Raiders take care of business against the Eagles, 33-22. Jalen Hurts is a fourth quarter monster, and that's about it. But I actually saw an article that compared him to Blake Bortles.
Yeah, king of garbage, baby.
Yeah, love
king
it.
Of garbage time.
Don't watch the games, count the points.
Just there, I saw one tweet. It was Jalen Hurts could have -6 points going into the fourth quarter, and he'd still end up with 20 points. It's just you just mark it down. He's gonna get 20, and you just don't watch the game because it's gonna be ugly.
Yep.
And you just look at the end of the game like, oh yeah, he scored 25. Yeah.
We had a Darren Waller very late scratch. I believe that was an illness.
Ankle.
Right? Ankle. That's right. Foster Moreau has the touchdown in the first half. Josh Jacobs goes out in the first half as well, I believe.
Yep.
Leaving Kenyon Drake to eat all of the carries, which actually ended up being 14, which is pretty good for him. That's the reason why they paid him $4 million a year, I guess.
Apparently.
Miles Sanders also goes down with an ankle injury.
He did.
Which does not look good.
Nope. He'll be out a little bit as well.
Kenneth Gainwell is the number 2 wide receiver in that offense.
Yeah, it's
more of last year.
Yeah. Goddard's going to get his.
Yeah, he still had 10, I believe.
Yeah.
No, 12.
Devonta Smith had 11. Jalen Reagor caught a really crappy garbage time touchdown in the fourth quarter. So we'll see what Boston Scott does. Boston Scott's the next RB up in the offense.
Yep. If he did anything like he did in the playoff series where Matt took me to the woodshed, then he should be pretty good. You could probably start Boston Scott.
I don't know. I wouldn't go that far. I mean, you couldn't really even start Miles Sanders.
I know, but for some reason, Boston Scott is better than Miles Sanders. We learned that in that postseason where Matt took me to the woodshed when we played him against each other.
Yeah.
Boston Scott will outscore a Washington running back this week. Are the Eagles playing before we make this bet?
Yeah. Yes, they're playing Detroit.
Okay. Boston Scott will outscore a Washington running back this week. Both Washington running backs this week.
Oh, okay. I'll take that bet.
Put it on the board.
Okay.
Bold prediction. Prediction, Cotton.
Okay. I'll take a win. I need some more wins.
Oh my God. We'll get to that later. Rams take care of business against the Lions in the afternoon window. This was a boring game. Poor Lions.
That was not a boring game. It was.
I don't know. I watched it. It wasn't that great. I mean,
it was competitive.
The Rams offense runs like a top.
Well, yeah, but I'm just talking about. I mean, the Lions, onside kick after they score a long touchdown.
Oh yeah, the
fake
first
punts.
half was entertaining. The first half was entertaining. Sorry, first half was entertaining. Second half was boring as sin.
Well, because I'm sure McVay just came in and like, you mother, we're not.
There was only 14 points scored in the second half, whereas there was 33 scored in the first half. So
it was great. It was entertaining.
Cooper Kupp is a monster. I'm not trying to dig it in. It's just, you guys, if you don't know, you need to know. He's killing it this year. Robert Woods had a usable game. Tyler Higbee had a usable game. Van Jefferson scores the touchdown in the red zone. Darrell Henderson had a decent game. We actually both started him against each other because the matchup was there, and he should have had a bigger game, honestly.
Yeah, he only had like 10 points. But yeah, we'll get into that later. We like that was like everyone had to play Darrell Henderson this week.
Tom
but-
Brady puts on a show of perfection in Soldier Field, where Aaron Rodgers is the owner of that club. 211 yards, but 4 touchdowns, which is just
tutties. 3 to Mike Evans. Another one to Chris Godwin. I mean, it was the Chris Godwin, Mike Evans show all day long.
And that was it.
Leonard Fournette got
that's right.
He got sprinkled
2 weeks in a row for Leonard Fournette.
Yep. Lenny, man.
But Herbert.
Brady was just eating. Oh yeah. Great.
Khalil Herbert is the starting running back going forward.
Yep. Damian Williams is obsolete.
Well, yeah, Damian Williams is. When David Montgomery gets back, we'll see what that means. It probably means David Montgomery plugs back in, depending on if they're probably going to wait on him because they're bad, and also what they have in Khalil Herbert. So I wouldn't expect David Montgomery to come back until he's 100% healthy. Like we're talking 2 practices the week of.
Yeah, he's not going to get on the field without that. Small nugget. Matt Nagy did test positive for COVID, so we'll see if he is out, and that might actually help the offense.
It might. That's actually going to be a funny storyline to watch.
Yeah, we'll see.
Sunday night in the Grapple.
We got double Grapple this week. Double Grapple.
Colts take care of business against the 49ers in the rain. I lost this game after I went to sleep, so that always sucks.
You lost?
In my work league, I was going against Michael Pittman. I needed him not to score 24 points, and he just barely eked that out.
Oh, because he got the 100-yard bonus. You played the bonus. Oh, that sucks. You probably lost by like a point.
Yep.
Oh, that's
like
rough.
under 2 points.
Oh, that's a rough one.
It looks like it was just ineffective offenses on both sides of the ball. Lots of turnovers. Looks like we had 4 turnovers for the 49ers and 2 for the Colts.
Yeah, that's another reason I played the 49ers defense this week. Granted, I had the boys on the bye, but I was banking on the Grapple weather game for a few, but they only ended up getting me like 4 or 5. Nothing crazy. But sometimes
that Grapple actually turned into major flooding in the San Francisco area. Apparently, overnight, I was watching the news while I was on the treadmill this morning. Apparently, there was major floods in San Francisco.
It was coming down hard. It was nasty.
Nice run into the red zone for Jameis Winston just now. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Yep, I am at 6:40.
Well, that ends it for the IRL football right there. It's currently 7-0. Geno Smith and the boys. So, shall we take a quick break?
Yeah, let's do that. We can grab another drink.
This is a pause. And we're back. Because it's hilarious for you guys to hear. And that's a pause. And then we're back. Moving on to the recap. I believe we can recap most of the games at this point.
Yes, I believe so. There's still one. And there's actually a couple that aren't technically over, but
let's talk about the ones that are for sure over. Starting with
go to Monsters and Freight Trains, who's got a 6-game winning streak now, extends his lead in that category, the longest streak in 3+ years.
Wow.
We'll see if he can keep that going. The longest win streak in Gem City Gridiron history is 8.
Yep.
By a few folks.
Brinkman
and Pat, actually.
Oh, Pat, that's how Pat ran away with it, right? He won 8 in a row to win.
No, so these are 8 in a row regular season wins. These do not include postseason wins. Because if that was the case, I think I would have won 9 in a row last year.
Obviously, the last 3 have to be in a row.
You have to win 3 in a row to end it. But yeah, let's jump to that one. Luke takes care of Heath. Just takes care of business. Good week all the way around. It obviously helps when you have Jamar Chase,
Jalen Waddle, Tua,
Khalif Raymond, good for him.
Leonard Fournette. Oh man, yeah,
Um,
he spoke the truth on Khalif Raymond and he let it happen.
He did. He did get the dud of Donovan Peoples-Jones, but that's not his fault. He texted me on Thursday night. As soon as the game started, they got the Fantasy Life update that he had hurt his groin in pregame warmups, and it was after lineup
Yikes.
lock, and he was pretty pissed. And
Didn't
so
matter.
it didn't matter in the long run. He puts up a very solid week. Heath kind of had a downer for pretty much most of his team except Stafford and Jonathan Taylor and Pittman. Everyone else pretty much just a downer.
I mean, this was Byemaggedon, so let's talk about that a little bit. James Robinson, Chase Claypool, Antonio Brown were not available for Heath.
Yep. And AB was out, not bide.
Oh, so that's right. My bad.
Yeah. Nothing he could have done for the win this week. So
the fact that Luke took care of business without 4 of his starters like this is pretty impressive.
Pretty scary, honestly.
Yeah.
So yeah, without Josh, without Eckler and Diggs, 3 big guys, and Kittle on IR still.
Brinkman gets in the win column against Redskins for life, and Lean was insanely close to not starting a viable team. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers almost outscored they almost outscored like 5 of his players combined. I think they did outscore 6 of his players combined.
Yeah, you could probably add up everybody except
Mason Crosby, Robbie Anderson, Julio Jones, Jawan Johnson, Brandon Ayuk, Sony Michel were all outscored by his defense.
It was his highest scoring player of the week.
Mm-hmm. Tampa Bay Bucs defense.
Yep. And when the defense is your highest scoring player, you're probably not going to win.
Honestly, there's really not much better waiting for Lean that were on buys. I mean, he was without his number 1 pick, his quarterback, his number 2 pick in Keenan Allen, and Dalton Schultz, who has been a surprise, really good tight end so far this season.
It does not matter. He's got the worst team in the league. Blaster.
Yeah,
I know Blaster is going to be potentially 0-7, but his roster is so much better.
It's decimated. Lean really needs some waiver wire luck if he wants to get back into this. It's a long season. Nobody's counted out yet, but 77 points. It was the lowest for Byemaggedon. No, it was not. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. On the other hand,
adding insult to injury, Alvin Kamara is currently in play. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yep. I was just mentioning that Brinkman still got players going. He actually had the late inactive news on Sterling Shepard. Brinkman is not disqualified. He was
lots of late scratches this week.
A really late scratch today or that Sunday morning. But again, it didn't matter. He takes care of business, plugs and plays CJ Uzomah at tight end.
Honestly, the late scratches were a product of Byemaggedon, I think, because if most people would have just filled him in, but they didn't really have anybody.
You don't have any options. Yeah. So okay week for Brinkman. He's probably going to put up in that 140 range after Kamara gets done tonight.
Moving on to your matchup. Talk about shellacking. 67 to 158. Drew and One Hit Wonders had a really, really, really rough bye week issues. We did make a trade, which could have greatly helped him. Still wouldn't have mattered. I can't believe he didn't play Devontae Booker after trading for him.
I don't know either. I'm not sure what happened in that regard.
He did pick up a tight end on Sunday morning just in time.
And squeezed in a top 12 tight end with Mo Alley Cox. Catch the touchdown. You catch a touchdown, you're a top 12 tight end. Good job.
Just hand it out. We'll send a letter in the mail.
If you score a touchdown, you're going to be a top 12 tight end.
Letters in the mail.
He doesn't get much help from anybody. He's chasing Odell and has his kicker go on Thursday. They don't do anything. he's playing a lot of backup guys. He's obviously got Zeke out, Gronk out,
Some injury
both his starting running
issues.
backs. I mean, issues all around the board. That's not his fault. I never worry about bye weeks when I'm drafting. You just kind of
he's still 4-2.
Yeah, he's 4-2. And so he'll be 4-3. It's not the end of the world. He still has a better record than me. I, on the other hand, will move to 3-4. Put up a very overall solid week. Defense was the only single-digit point scorer. Yeah, feel pretty good. Still threw in Khalil Herbert. Very serviceable week for Robert Woods. Tyreek Hill still, floor of 12. Ricky Seals-Jones, get my Deebo Samuel share. 158. It's going to be potentially the highest scoring team of the week. Just depends on what Brinkman does, but I think I will lock in another highest scoring week and continue to be the highest scoring team.
If we were playing in Vegas, you'd get a win anyway, but it doesn't matter because you played against a guy who scored 67 points.
Yeah, I need some of those weeks though. I'm chasing right now, so I can, and especially when I can beat some of the other other division guys, I need that bad right now.
The rest of the matchups are not technically done, but I think mine is the closest to actually being done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Looks like I'm currently ahead 137-115, barring a big game from Marquez Callaway.
He needs another 23 points. Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, Terry McLaurin, and that's basically it.
A little plug and play Derek Carr for you.
Yeah, there was a lot of plug and play. One point for Mike Davis. He's officially on the Todd Gurley plan.
So I'm surprised you played.
So that means he'll be. Yeah, I was too. Game scripts.
I thought you were gonna go Goddard or something.
Well, I traded away Mike Davis. NFL.com was trying to, NFL.com was trying to tell me I needed to play Mike Davis. So
yeah,
I went with it.
Go with your gut. Alden looks like he's eating a taco. I am eating something much more tasty.
I doubt it.
A Reese's.
Moving on.
Let's see. Cole, just rough week by weeks, obviously. By weeks and injuries. It's that time of year, so gets decent games, but not enough touchdown equity this week for him. Let's go to Dark Horse. Projections.
Eating on video is not against the terms of service for YouTube.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Horse is looking short in the projection. Tyler Lockett has 1 catch for 5 yards. He needs a big uptick,
which could happen at any moment.
Could. He needs another 13 points. So we'll wait and see what happens. I could really use a Patrick. I guess probably a Patrick loss. I don't know. I just need people to lose that are ahead of me. So either way, one's going to lose. So that's going to help me. And then we have the more intriguing matchup right now is Blaster is trying to fix a comeback. He needs another 12-ish.
Honestly, this would help everyone except for Cody. Jubal.
Yeah. We would like Jubal to lose.
Just so we can go to Dallas again and talk shit to him. Or I guess Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's a good city too.
Projections have Blaster coming up just short by about 1.25 points.
Who does he have playing?
DK.
DK has already got 15. It's probably right about at his projection. So
yeah, he scored the 13.5, 14 on one play. So that'll be close. If things stand to reason right now, a little like last week, the division split 3-3. So no division took hold. This week right now it looks like 4-2 in the AA division over the war. So we'll recap those each week, kind of going ahead. But right now that'd be a running total of 7-6 for the double.
Who is in the AA?
The AA conference is Luke, Patrick, Jubal, Cole, myself, and Lean. So Cole and Lean taking the losses, but it could easily flip the other way. It could be 5-1 the other way if Blaster comes back and Dark Horse comes back. It could be 4-2 the other way. It just depends on how it goes in this last little quarter. So it could be 3-3 again. It could be a total push again. But yeah, one announcement, there was a Hall of Shame moment that we will not forget about. Lean, pay attention next time about who you're dropping.
I'm going to pin this moment for Lean to listen.
Okay.
You dumb.
Yeah. Like,
to be fair, he was at work. I called him at work and said, "Hey man, fix your roster." And then he called me back from work and said, "Oh shit. I just dropped Mixon."
Yeah. Obviously we knew that's not a feasible thing. And Lean was pretty cool with it. He's like, if not, I'm just I have more money than everybody else. I'm going to go blow all my money back and get them. If that was the case, but easy fix. I mean, totally misunderstanding. Nobody said anything about it. So obviously just a big mix up.
We do the same thing for anybody.
Yeah. I mean, obviously if it's, and especially like if you come to me and come to us and say, "Hey, I messed up." Especially when it's that bad.
Yes.
But that will be noted
that was next
forever.
To Suck Up being drafted or Kelvin Benjamin being drafted. It's right there.
It's right up there. Like, welcome to the Hall of Shame.
I don't think we've actually ever had anyone do that yet until this last weekend on Sunday.
That's probably about it.
First of all, he wasn't paying attention to his roster, so he thought that he actually had a full one. Later on, he told me he's not used to the formatting in NFL.com and how many spots we have because he's used to be playing in the work league. So he's
that
like,
league's
I had no
much
clue.
shallower.
Way shallow.
Yeah, ours is way deeper. So
yeah, he had no clue.
Well, maybe in year 3 he'll finally figure it out. I think he's won about like 3 games in 2 years. He's on track for the 12 nation like overall like loss rate.
Good news is he's local, so I mean he can just keep sucking and eventually he'll have more wins than 14 Nation. So
it might take him 3 years though. We'll be reminding him that for years to come. So maybe he can go back to back on the toilet seat. We'll see. I don't think we've ever had a back-to-back toilet seater or back-to-back suck-up champ. So we'll have to wait and see.
What happens first?
Ooh.
I think the champ happens first because the toilet seat is so random.
It is random. So yeah, probably the back-to-back champ, most likely. We got a couple of things in play this week. Drew or Lean could take down the lowest point scorer of the season today. It just depends on who finishes lower. I think the lowest point total of the season is like 95. So that's definitely going to get broken.
Byemaggedon.
Yeah, but I mean, still, I score 158. Brink scores 142. Pat's 140. Like all the winners scored about 140. So I know it's Byemaggedon and all that, but some teams are worse off than others. But do we want to give a little preview of next week or just matchups?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Just a quick little rundown. It will be myself versus Stuart Brinkman. That should be a fun one. I will be without Lamar Jackson. That's about my only bye issue. Bye weeks are still rolling around, just a few less buys. Only, I believe, 2 teams on a bye. So that is a good one. Brink's getting a bunch of his guys back. Monsters and Freight Trains looking to extend his win streak to 7 next week, and he will play Drew. Obviously, they both will get their full rosters back, so we'll see how that works out. Luke versus Drew.
7-1, you basically have guaranteed yourself a playoff spot at that point.
Yeah, he'll be and he lost the first week, so he hasn't lost since week 1. Then we got Cole and Heath. Cole is going to be losing his 4th in a row, so that he's got to kind of get off the schneid.
Off the schneid.
Off the schneid. Cole versus Heath. Heath has a few bye weeks. The Ravens and Raiders both go on bye this week. So if you have any of those players, keep an eye out.
Did you say Raiders and Ravens?
Raiders and Ravens. Yep. Blaster tries. We'll see if he can if he can get a win this week and make the comeback against Sackett. That'd be great to get his first win. But if not, he's gonna have to wait and take on Patrick next week. Not a lot of bye issues for either of those teams. Patrick just keeps getting injured guys and just keeps throwing in good bench players. He'll look to keep rolling. Ooh, and we have a bowl game. We have the Louis L'Amour Bowl, which has been owned a lot by Sackett. It is Sackett versus Dalton. Bye week issues again. Raiders and Ravens. You guys got a few. He's just got a kicker. Davante Adams is on COVID on a short week. He may not have Davante Adams, which is good news for you.
Very good.
And his bench is very hurt, so he'll be struggling. But he has to get 2 negative tests in the next 2 days for him to play.
Hopefully not.
But we will have to just wait and see. So we will have another rendition of the Louis L'Amour Bowl.
I need to win in that really bad.
Yeah, you are fairly lopsided in that. I think you beat him like twice in 7
5
years.
years. 7 years. Yeah.
That is not very pretty.
One of them was a championship game too, I believe.
Yeah, he spanked you. That was a different time though. That was standard scoring, and
that was I lost Andy Dalton,
who's still around today. All right, let's go a little recap
Bets.
over the bets. But there was only one bet that mattered last week, and it was we
forgot to post our teams, but that's okay.
I'll post a picture with the video. So I'm pulling it up right now. So Dalton and I did a head-to-head on DraftKings, just a $3 one. Winner take whatever DraftKings doesn't take for their little cut.
Which was about
60 cents.
I think they took 60 cents. Yeah,
they took 60 cents, so 30 cents a piece from us. They definitely nickel and dime us all the way to the end. So DraftKings, if for those not familiar with DraftKings, it is a build your own lineup. I mean, you have to stay under the salary cap. Each player is listed. You start 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, 1 flex, a tight end, and a defense. No kickers. Sorry for our kicker lovers out there. So we could pick any player that we wanted. And actually, surprisingly, Dalton and I only overlapped on 1 player.
Darrell Henderson
was Darrell Henderson. So that's a automatic push. For just a little preview, the winning score was your commissioner 151.78 to our deputy commissioner 98.84. It was not pretty. So a little rundown. Quarterback matchup. I had Lamar Jackson. Dalton had Jalen Hurts. Running backs, obviously we both had Darrell Henderson. I chose Chase Edmonds, and Dalton had Damian Williams, who had 1.8. Chase Edmonds had 10. Receivers, Dalton front-loaded 2 studs. He jammed in Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill, and T. Higgins for his starting 3 wide receivers. I almost went T. Higgins in mine, but I decided to go a different route. My receivers were Calvin Ridley, A.J. Brown, and Rashad Bateman. Calvin Ridley, 12.6, A.J. Brown, 30.3, Rashad Bateman, 11, Devontae Adams, 19.6, Tyreek Hill, 12.7, and T. Higgins, 13.2. The 2 biggest difference makers are the tight end and the flex that made the biggest deal. Dalton.
Kyle Pitts.
I had Kyle Pitts, who 26.3, and I had Chris Godwin, who 28.1. Since Dalton jammed in 2 high receivers,
I couldn't play anybody, and
he had to
flex or tight end.
So he went cheap, and hey, they both scored points.
Yeah, they did.
Kyle Rudolph 2.8, and N'Keal Harry almost scored a touchdown. He almost scored a touchdown at the very end of the game. It was he got tackled at the 1 yard line, and JJ Taylor snuck in another one. And then the defenses, I went cheap to save some cash. I went the Eagles defense, who got me 1 point, and Dalton played the Cardinals, the expensive defense, which wasn't the most expensive defense. It was actually played quite a bit across DraftKings. Like
they were not the most expensive. The salary was nice.
It was very nice against a Davis Mills team on the road at 3,100. So and that was a winner take all $3 bet for the 3-point sweep. Goes to me. The $5.40 spoils plus
and
a
it's looking
3-point, so plus a 3-point win. So with a running total now of 11-7 in my favor, and I have been on a roll since week 5, ever since Dallas. I've been on a roll. Dalton has won one point since we went to Dallas and 3 weeks ago. And I will throw in those other season-long bets at the end of the show. Some of those are going to come down the wire. Rams, Cardinals, obviously. So, yeah. Was Dalton prepared with bets this week or no?
I am.
Here we go.
They're pretty simple.
Okay.
And they're all the exact same.
Nice.
So they are all total running back points for the team.
Okay.
The first
one head to head, like guys.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, 2 are one is head to head, and then I had to fudge some stuff to make it more even. Otherwise, it wasn't going to work.
All right.
So we have Jaguars versus Seahawks. They are playing each other. Jaguars currently have 20.33 running back points per game, and the Seahawks have 22.46 points per game. Who are you picking?
Oh, man. Jaguars. So total points.
Yes.
So it's basically one running back versus like a committee of 2 to 3.
Yes.
They're playing. Where's the game at?
I think it's in Seattle. Don't quote me. I will look.
That's an interesting one. Let me go. I'm going to go Jacksonville, and I don't feel good about it.
Give me Seattle.
Okay.
The game is. Why is it so hard to find? It is in Jacksonville.
Okay.
No, it's in Seattle. Sorry. Lumen Field in Seattle. Seahawks are currently favored by 3.5.
Yeah, I don't feel great
Over-under is
about that.
44.
I don't feel great about it, but Chris Carson's still not playing. It's Rashad Penny and Alex Collins.
And DJ Dallas.
And yeah, I'll take my chance on James Robinson.
All right. Next one is the Cowboys versus the Washington football team. Cowboys are currently averaging 30.61 running back points per game, and the football team are currently averaging 25.28 points per game. Give me the Cowboys.
Are you going to give me a line on that? That's
No.
pretty.
I mean, it's the biggest split amongst them. I'll give you 3 points. So it's football team plus 3. The thing is, J.D. McKissick is on fire right now.
Yeah, he only scored 10 points this week, though.
Really?
Yeah.
He had 1 million targets.
Yeah, it doesn't mean they're catchable.
Just do it.
Fine. Give me the Redskins or the Washington football team.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.5.
3.
3.5.
Okay.
3.5.
3.25. I'm just kidding. Fine. Take your half point and get on the road. 3.5. Okay. Last one. Broncos versus Vikings. They are not playing each other, but this is the way the math figured out. Broncos currently are averaging 22.6 points per game in their running back room, and the Vikings are averaging 23.23. You'd think it'd be larger, but the discrepancy with the Vikings is their running backs do not score touchdowns. The Vikings don't score touchdowns.
Give me the Vikings.
Okay, I will take the two-headed monster in the Heath Sims backfield. Actually, no, Cole Stewart back. Why do I always do that? Cole Smith backfield. He's your third brother.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bank on Dalvin Cook
Cook coming back healthy. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's all I'm taking. And it's running back points, so Madison could chip in. Fullbacks count or do not count?
Yes, they count. Okay. I counted CJ Ham in that number, so yes.
Perfect. CJ Ham can fall in for a touchdown.
If Drew Lock plays, I basically 100% lose this bet. But if it's Teddy Bridgewater, then I have a chance.
Yeah, and the Broncos. I should have thought about opponents. Broncos play
the football team. Vikings play the Cowboys.
Okay, that's a little tougher for the Broncos. Vikings play who? The boys?
The Cowboys. Yeah, so it's pretty even.
Yeah. Wait, the other two weren't playing each other.
Correct. So it wasn't close enough points-wise.
Gotcha. Yeah. I see what you mean. Gotcha.
I didn't want to give you 7 points. That's why I switched it.
Okay. That sounds good.
I think that does it for our bets, huh?
Yeah, it does. I don't feel good. I really enjoyed the DraftKings one. Like Dalton said, he texted me before the game. He was like, "Yeah, I made this like 20 minutes ago." I was like, "I forgot." I was like,
I meant to set it on Saturday, and then I was at breakfast with my girlfriend's family, and I realized that I had shit the bed and forgot.
And your lineup looked like it shit the bed.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
You basically picked your 4 favorite guys, and just because Hurts, Adams, Hill, and Henderson, you just had to fill it in.
It was basically just building it around Adams and Hill was the plan.
Yeah, I dove a lot into DFS this week. I played in a few other things. I didn't win anything, but
I actually had Chase Edmonds in there at one point, and I really wanted to fit Jalen Waddle in there, but I couldn't price-wise to have Hill, Waddle. I couldn't have all of them, basically.
Yeah, I had tried to play with Higbee. I had tried to play with Higgins as well. I was trying to jam in Kelsey, but I couldn't get it done.
No, he's too expensive.
And Kelsey was he was fairly priced. Like I would have had to. I mean, I would have. The other option was I jam in Kelsey and I go down to Jalen Hurts and save $500 there. But then I would have had to have played. I would have had to come down off Chase Edmonds to Miles Sanders, who got hurt. And then I would have had to go down a little further on defense too. So I just decided, I mean, I like Kelsey, but I was like, I'm only going down Kyle Pitt. I figured Pitts is going to have a great, I stacked up 2 Falcons, which I was like, yeah,
Coming off the bye, they decided to ditch Mike Davis and
Yeah.
get Kyle Pitts.
Did
And the Falcons
wait.
might actually be in it.
Are we not sure the Falcons left Mike Davis in London?
Ooh, he must have liked it.
Yeah, but yeah.
With that,
yeah,
that's the end of the show.
that is the end of the show. Hopefully everyone is we're next week is halfway. Next week at the
It's
end of
flying by.
Yep, that's through week 7, 14-week regular season.
Next week will be a normal scheduled program. The week after that, who knows what day it will be recorded and released.
Yep.
And then should be back to normal after that.
Yeah. Do you think do we want to try to get someone on at all?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, whoever is listening to this episode right now can let us know if they want to be on or not. We'll do that. If you want to be on, if you listen this far, let us know and you can be on.
And with that, Dalton can go jam out. Peace.